What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So I have to show you this video. This is a video of Debbie Dingell, and she does an interview on MSNBC, but she also talked yesterday just about her frustration with what's going on in the current state of the stimulus package and stimulus checks. So I want to play that for you. The video that I posted earlier today, I was just talking about the three options that the president has at this point. So if you want to check that video out, I'll post a link above here. And then also at the end of the video, there'll be another link. So you want to watch this one and watch that one as well. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to this discussion here. Now, it's going to start off with yesterday. So yesterday she was in a press conference. She was really frustrated yesterday, and they're going to show you that clip, and then we'll get into the actual interview. So here we go.
I have for months been talking to 10 restaurant owners a day who are desperately trying to survive. I've been talking to people who were scared they were going to be kicked out from their homes during the Christmas holidays. And still might be if we don't sign this bill.
Yeah, we need more people speaking out about just what's at stake here. Congresswoman Dingell joins me now. Good morning, Congresswoman. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for being with us. Now, thank you. And you've voiced what a lot of people are feeling this holiday. Can you tell us more about the economic pain in your own district?
You know, I have been talking to people all year, but most acutely in the last couple of months, people are really scared. If we don't pass this bill, if the president doesn't, it's been passed, if the president doesn't sign it, unemployment expires this weekend. People are really scared about being evicted from their homes, that they could be homeless. Small businesses and restaurants, we tried to get a restaurant bill included. The Republicans wouldn't accept it. We made some tweaks to PPP. This bill wasn't perfect, but we cannot afford not to extend these programs that are giving people a tiny bit of hope. It wasn't enough from my perspective, and I agree with the president that we should have done $2,000 direct stimulus payment check. But where was he during the negotiations? His administration said he had signed off on that. We can't play games with people at the holidays. We can't play games with people's lives at all. But right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, if the president really wanted 2,000, he should have said that he wanted 2,000 before they passed the bill. He waits until after they pass the bill and then says, no, I want 2,000. Well, that's not the way that things work. Now, this is the worst case scenario that we're looking at right now. Because if he would have said it before, Democrats would have jumped on board and we might have seen 2,000 and we wouldn't be in this pause state that we're in right now. So either the president just wasn't paying attention, or, I mean, I'm sure he knew. We all knew it was a $600 stimulus check. We all knew that. And so it's crazy that, I mean, like she's saying, these are games being played. Even the fact that he came out and said the 2,000 and he started talking about the foreign aid and all that, these are games that are being played right now. And the people who are losing this game are the American people. These rich politicians, they're not losing in this game. But the people who are struggling and starving and in food lines, those are the people who are losing this game. So, I mean, it's crazy. It is. I agree with her 100% when it comes down to it. This is a big game. That's all this is.
Now people are scared.
There is just no time left to go back and forth. There's absolutely no time left. This is the 11th minute of the 11th hour. And when it comes to the other issue, the defense spending bill, Congress is going to try to take that up again on Monday. But there is reporting now that some of your Republican colleagues possibly might flip and oppose the bipartisan bill after they approved of it. How concerned are you that that might end up not being able to overturn the president's veto?
I really, I don't know what's going to happen. I do know that some of the Republicans have said that they're not going to vote the same way. It could be a close vote in the House, and I really don't know what the Republican senators are going to do. Right now, I would not like to see the NDAA not pass, but I think more important to everybody in this country, we are in the middle of a pandemic. We cannot shut the government down, period. So not only do we need to get direct COVID relief for people who are really scared, and I'm not talking a little scared, I'm talking that they don't know whether they can put food on their table or have a roof over their head. And we cannot. 2 years ago, the president shut the government down for 35 days. We can't do that. We're in the middle of a pandemic. That's what we've got to worry about and make sure we address on Monday.
And we know that with these last 26 days of the president in office, his main focus seems to be on all the pardons that he's doling out. And there's been recent criticism about those decisions, and then some concern over what looming pardons he could put out there, potentially pardoning himself. Do you think that would be constitutional?
I think there are a lot of good lawyers studying it. Nothing would surprise me. I think these next 26 days are a very scary time for this country because I would look at the president and say to him, Mr. President, this is about your legacy. And right now, there are a lot of people that believe in you. They voted for you. Please think about what your legacy is going to be. And this last month could define you and could define what our democracy is.
You know, we know that there was no relief aid given to states and localities in this bill. There is a lot of stuff that's needed in this bill. Would you like to see from the Biden administration another COVID relief bill that gives states more help to recover?
People have no idea how desperate state and local governments are. Since the COVID pandemic began, I do a weekly call every Monday morning with my mayors, my county officials, and my local state legislators. They are desperate. We're talking about firefighters, frontline emergency workers, teachers. How are we going to get the vaccine distributed? And how are we going to make sure that everybody gets vaccinated in the way that they need to? I wasn't happy with this bill. I would have had a number of different things in it. Maybe not. I don't like some things that are in it. Compromise isn't a dirty word, but Joe Biden made two things very clear. He told the Congress that he cannot wait till January 20th. We have to make a down payment on COVID. He's shown that he's going to have a national plan. And when we return in January, we have to immediately get to work to address things like state and local aid that were not included in this package. How do we get more money to people who need it? How do we look at people even, there are people that were lab technicians or were making a set amount of money that are now in unemployment and they're not eligible for some of the benefits that are in this bill. My restaurant owners are so desperate. I cannot tell you. They call me every day, and they're not only worried about whether they're going to survive, and unfortunately some of them haven't, but they're workers. How are they going to get by? We have to keep working. We don't have a choice. And I'm going to remind everyone that the Republican chair of the Federal Reserve said to us, now is the time you have to invest. And then when people start to work again, they're getting an income, they're paying taxes. We start to see that income coming into the Treasury. This is Christmas. I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again. This country is strong when we're united. And this is a time to remember that we should have compassion, empathy, and a lot of kindness for each other.
Okay, so that was Senator Debbie Dingell. And I have to admit, I agree. I agree with her 100%. And she was talking about a few different things. The Fed chair, she was talking about Jerome Powell, saying, yes, we need to invest in the people. This is the time to invest in the people. Then once they get back on their feet, they start working, they're going to be paying taxes, and then we can get past this. But this is not the time to be cheap and not want to spend money on the American people. And so I agree with her when she says that. The government shutdown, that's something else that's really important. And she touched on that. When it comes down to it, Tuesday morning, 12 a.m., the government will be shut down if we can't get a continued resolution. But guess what? The president has to sign off on a continued resolution. So how are they going to handle that whole situation? That's going to be something else, right? I mean, there's just so much going on right now. And I said this earlier, the American people, we are the ones that are suffering for this. We are the ones. It's not the politicians. They're not struggling. They're not suffering. They're playing the game, and we're losing the game. It's really unfortunate. Hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. I don't know when it comes down to it. Yes, we all agree, $2,000 stimulus checks, that would be great. But if you don't have Congress on board, then what do? Do we just not do anything for the American people? I mean, it's a real tough situation that we're in right now. We don't know what the president's going to do. He still has not said anything as far as what he wants to do. He said what he'd like to see, but he hasn't said what he wants to do. The president likes to play the cliffhanger game where he keeps people on their toes thinking, oh, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? And it puts him at the center of attention. But I mean, this is one of those situations. The games need to stop. We need to help the American people. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.